All right, yes. So I was about sleeping, and I saw the news of Coach Kwesi Appiah's Sudan drawing 0-0 with Senegal at their own backyard, and currently they are leading the FIFA World Cup qualifiers table, okay, in their group, and Kwesi Appiah is doing something that will be I don't know if he's able to ensure that Sudan will qualify to the FIFA World Cup. I think it will be the greatest achievement in world football. I'm telling you, it will not, the Leicester City even winning the Premier League will not be compared to this. I'm telling you, because Kwesi Appiah Sudan is currently on top of both Senegal and DR Congo. Please, Senegal and DR Congo are two powerhouses of Africa. Big teams in Africa. When you want a team to qualify to the World Cup, of course you are mentioning Senegal. They just recently won the African Cup of Nations. You are mentioning DR Congo with the likes of what is it? What the Brentford guy? Oh my goodness, I've forgotten his name. They have some very quality players, Bamba and all of that. Those guys in DR Congo. Okay, well, Wissa is also in DR Congo, but Sudan. And today they could have beaten Senegal. Oh my goodness me. I've seen some clear-cut chances that Sudan got and they didn't bury the ball. My goodness, that can be their downfall or can be their stumbling block that will not let them qualify for the World Cup. Because how can you miss these chances? Let's start off. Because what Coach Kwesi Appiah is doing, I am so excited. I am so surprised. I just don't know. Because how can you pull this off with Sudan? You are coaching Sudan. After 5 games, Sudan is on top of the group. Ahead of Senegal, ahead of DR Congo after 5 games. 5 more games to go. 5. I know that after the 6th game, Sudan will be on top. So by the end of March, qualifiers, Sudan will be on top because they are going to play their next game versus South Sudan. South Sudan is about the whipping boys in the group. They are the whipping boys in the group, and Sudan, Coach Kwesi Appiah is expected to beat them, and they will beat them. So they will be topping the group by the end of March, and that is remarkable. Or by the end of the 6th match day. I just don't know how to describe this thing. So let's just look at some of the chances they missed today versus Senegal. They missed some key chances, some very, very key chances, and I just don't understand. How can you be playing versus Senegal? You know that this is a wounded lion. In fact, Sudan, you will go to Senegal to play. Okay, around June thereabout, you go to Senegal for FIFA World Cup. So if you've gotten them at your own backyard and you are getting these clear-cut chances, why should you miss them? Why should you miss them? Because these are clear-cut chances. Clear! Oh my goodness. Let's look at the one on the 19th minute. Boga. Hey, this one, dribble the keeper or play some powerful shots on the ground. The keeper cannot save this. Look at the one also on the so this is still on the 98th minute, and then some very, very good chances. Oh my goodness me. I'm sure Kwesi Appiah will look at these chances and be like, wow, Senegal were very much lucky to have drawn this game. Senegal had everybody. This is World Cup qualifiers. Senegal wants to go to the World Cup. Why would they bench anybody? They will not bench it. They had all their key players. But still, Coach Kwesi Appiah Sudan have drawn 0-0 with Senegal today. They've drawn 0-0 with them. And if you look at the league table currently, Coach Kwesi Appiah Sudan is on top of the league table with 11 points. Oh my goodness me, this is remarkable. They've played 5 games, they've conceded 1 goal. Just 1 goal conceded by Sudan. They've won 3, they've drawn 2, they've not lost a game in 5 games. Conceded 1, scored 7. What? Goals for is 6. He has better goals for or goals on aggregate than DR Congo and than Senegal. This is remarkable. Yes, this is remarkable. So DR Congo is having 10 points. Senegal is having 9 points. And then Togo follows for Mauritania 2. And then South Sudan with just 2 points over there. Now, let's look at the rest of the matches for the 3 teams. We know it's between All right, so now let's start off with a look at the remaining games for the three teams. The remaining games for Sudan, remaining games for DR Congo, as well as Senegal. So let's start off with Sudan. Now, Sudan will play versus South Sudan, okay, at home on the 25th of March 2025. So on Tuesday, Coach Kwesi Appiah Sudan will be playing versus South Sudan. That one is a win. Boga, you must win that if you want to go to World Cup. Then when we come back in September, wow, World Cup qualifiers are they? We'll come back in September 2025. Okay, that's when Senegal will play versus Sudan. So Sudan will go away to Senegal. That is why you had to win this game. Okay, and then Sudan will go away to Togo. I'm sure by that time, Togo will know that they will not qualify. They can't do anything, and maybe they will allow Senegal. I don't know, but Sudan will beat them because of that. Okay, and then in October, we will have Sudan versus Mauritania at home. Sudan, Mauritania, and then DR Congo versus Sudan. So Sudan will go away to DR Congo. Sudan will go away to Senegal. That is difficult. That is extremely difficult. If Coach Kwesi Appiah wants to qualify to the World Cup, it means that he has to get at least a draw from each of those two games and even win one of that. One of DR Congo, one of Senegal. He has to win that, and that's difficult. Senegal will play versus Togo. That's on Tuesday also, and then they will play versus Sudan, of course, and then they will play versus DR Congo. So DR Congo and Senegal will play. That is a very good news for Senegal and for Sudan. At that time, DR Congo is playing versus Senegal. Sudan will be playing versus Togo away. So that's a very good news for Sudan, because if both of them, one of them will draw points. Okay, if the game ends in a draw, that would be so good for Senegal and for Sudan. Okay, and then South Sudan versus Senegal. That one Senegal will win. Senegal versus Mauritania. That one they will win that match. And then DR Congo is having Mauritania, so they will play Mauritania this coming Tuesday. Then South Sudan versus DR Congo. So all the three teams are playing versus South Sudan. All the three teams will play the return leg versus South Sudan. And then Senegal versus DR Congo versus Togo, and then Sudan versus DR Congo. We are wishing Coach Kwesi Appiah the very best of luck. We are praying and hoping that he will qualify Sudan to the World Cup. But I don't have anything for Senegal. I don't have anything for DR Congo. But of course, Coach Kwesi Appiah is a fantastic Ghanaian, and if he's able to do that, it will be the greatest achievement in world football. Thank you very much for staying with us. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.